The sisters cry. The hospital had been silent for hours. The corridors were long and pale, filled with the faint sound of footsteps and the soft, steady beeping of machines. It was the sound of life fighting to stay alive. Outside the ICU, the royal family waited, eyes red from sleepless nights, hands holding tightly to one another. Each breath felt heavy, each second sharper than the last. They whispered prayers, their hearts hanging between hope and fear. Then suddenly the silence broke, not by a doctor, not by a machine, but by a scream so raw, so piercing, that every heart in the hospital stopped beating for a moment. It was his sister. Her voice echoed through the hall like thunder after calm rain. It trembled with fear and shook with love. For hours she had been strong, holding her tasbih beads, whispering dew after dew. But her heart could not longer bear the storm within. Her pain burst free, breaking through every wall of restraint. Ya Allah, my brother, please save my brother. Her cry tore through the air, ripping through the quiet like lighting through clouds. Her hands clutched her chest as if to hold her heart together. Tears streamed down her face, blurring her vision, but she cried louder still. Her voice carried love, it carried fear, it carried a plea so pure it made even strangers weep. Each tear was a prayer, each sob was a call to heaven. Her mother rushed to her side, her own face pale with pain. She wrapped her trembling arms around her daughter, sobbing, whispering, "Patience, my daughter, patience. Allah is merciful." But her voice shook, her words broke, because a mother's heart can only hide so much pain. The daughter pressed her face against the ICU door. "Please, Ya Allah, don't take him. Let me see him. Let me hold his hand." Her cries grew louder, shaking the walls, piercing the hearts of everyone who heard. The father stood still, his eyes glassy with tears, his body stiff as he tried to stay strong. He placed his hand on his daughter's shoulder, his voice trembling as he whispered, "Allah is with us. He will not let us break." But his own tears betrayed him. Falling freely down his face, he too was breaking inside. The hall became a river of grief. Sisters held one another tightly, brothers bowed their heads, their lips trembling with prayers. Uncles began to recite Quran aloud, their voices unsteady yet full of faith. Cousins cried quality, their whispers mixing with the sound of sorrow. The doctors inside the ICU froze for a moment. Their hearts were trained to remain calm, but her screams broke through their composure. One nurse turned away to wipe her eyes quickly. Another adjusted the monitor with trembling hands. A doctor bit his lip, whispering softly, "Stay strong, Faza, your family is waiting for you." Even the hum of the machines seemed to falter for a second, as if the air itself was holding its breath. The staff in the hallway lowered their heads. They had seen families cry before, but never like this. This pain was not ordinary, it was a nation's pain. Her scream came again, softer now, then louder, like waves crashing again and again. It carried love, desperation, and faith. Every sound from her lips was a plea to heaven. She fell to her knees, clutching her father's hand. "Baba, I cannot lose him. Please tell me he will be okay." Her father held her tightly, his voice cracked. "Allah is watching, my child. He will save him." But his tears betrayed the fear in his heart. The air was thick with grief. The Quran's verses filled the hallway. The sound of prayer blended with the sisters' sobs, the mother's cries, the trembling whispers of faith. Even the walls seemed to mourn. The nurses whispered dua under their breath. A young intern stepped aside, tears running down his face. The pain of the royal family had become everyone's pain. Doctors worked with vehement determination. It was no longer just a patient they were saving, it was a brother, a son, a prince, a man whose life was woven into the hearts of his people. Minutes passed like honors. The sister's body trembled with exultation. Her forehead rested on the cold tiles, her voice soft and broken. "Ya Allah," she whispered, "take everything from me, but not him. Please don't take him." His brothers stood nearby, their eyes swollen from tears. One clenched his fists tightly, another turned away to hide his sobs. An uncle continued to recite, his voice trembling but steady is faith. Every verse rose like light through the darkness. The doctor at the ICU door came out quickly. "Please not now," he said softly, his own voice heavy with emotion. But she cried again, "He is my brother." I need to see him. Her father held her again, whispering, he can hear you. Your prayers are reaching him. Be strong, my daughter. And she stayed, her body shaking, her lips praying, her heart refusing to give up. Outside the hospital, word had spread, crowds gathered in silence, candles glowed softly in the night, people prayed in mosques, in homes, in streets. Dubai itself grew still, as if the city's heart was praying too. The night, her scream became more than a cry, it becomes a symbol of love, a call of faith, a prayer for hope. It was every sister's fear, every daughter's pain, every family's heartbreak. And though the night felt endless, the hope stayed alive through every sob, through every whispered prayer. The family held on to one truth, that Allah is merciful and love this strong cannot end in silence. So they waited, their hearts lifted in prayer, their eyes filled with tears, and their souls whispering together again and again, Ya Allah, please save him. Please subscribe my channel, like and share my videos.